Good morning, Four States. This is Luke Taylor. Welcome to another edition of the KNEO Community Connection, and we're in here today with the Chamber of Commerce's Lauri Lyerla. She's going to be the Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce, I should say that. She's going to be telling us about some great things coming up here in Neosho. And hey, Lauri, thanks so much for coming out here to the KNEO studios.
No problem. I'm happy to be here.
Well, over the weekend, or I guess it was Friday, I looked at my calendar. I'm like, we're already through 10 months of 2024.
It's insane how quick this year has gone. I just can't believe it's time for the holiday season. But we are ready.
November 1st, you all kicked off something called Small Business Season. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we're really excited. We're partnering with kind of chambers of commerce across the country to highlight small business, and it's called Small Business Season. And it's just a way to remind people that that small businesses continue to be the heartbeat of our communities and the importance of supporting them. And just shopping local in general. We have a lot of big businesses are definitely important too, and but all of that, the ability to support the local businesses is really important. So we'll be highlighting that all through. We kicked that off on Friday, and that'll be all through the Christmas season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know it's so convenient sometimes to pull out your phone and find something on Amazon or whatever. But if you think about it, if you can find that same item right here in town, getting it there, that helps out your neighbor, it helps out your friends, and it helps make Neosho stronger.
Yeah, I think the statistic is for every $100 spent at a local business, $68 of that is kept in the community. And so it's so important. And in a season when our businesses are facing a lot of increased cost of whether it's insurance or employees or just in general, expenses are up, it's more important now than I think ever for us to remember that those small businesses, that community that we love, we need to support to keep them there.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned earlier too, there's some open houses going on at some businesses.
Yeah, so and I didn't write those down, but I've just been seeing them pop up all over. Our retail is definitely kicking off into the holiday season. Many of those stores launching their holiday product lines over the weekend. I know next weekend there's some holiday open houses, and those will continue. Right the Friday before Thanksgiving, our boutiques do Pink Friday promotions, and to get people shopping local at our local boutiques. And all of that starts early. So definitely thinking about local businesses that you can support this holiday season. I know I'm making a concerted effort to buy as many gifts as possible from our local businesses. The handmade holiday market that was this past weekend at the farmers market was an incredible event, and so many handmade things. So it was a great way to kick off the holiday season.
Oh yeah, and I have a kid, and he loves the homemade and handmade stuff that you can just get locally.
Oh yes,
and
definitely
has that personal touch to it.
Yeah.
So finding those things is lots of fun. Go over with kids well, and so then that's going to be that Boutique Friday. It looks like that would be on the 22nd of November. Then
yes.
Thanksgiving's that next week, and kicking off the first week of December. We got some big things on the calendar, don't we?
Yes. So that week after Thanksgiving is always a big week, and the Lighting the Park just kind of officially kicks off the holiday season in downtown. And I know you guys work really hard to put together a beautiful event. And so that is in Big Spring Park on the 5th at 6 p.m. And I haven't heard all the details, but there's always usually the Christmas story read and some beautiful singing. I know that and the library does some events that day. Just a lot of people come together to make that a beautiful, fun, free event for families to enjoy.
Yeah, I believe the library is having their Christmas party at 4:30 that day. And of course, kids can stick around. Come on out to the Lighting in the Park right there at Big Spring Park right afterwards. And then on that Saturday, December the 7th, is going to be the Neosho Christmas Parade.
That it is. So we start that day really early at the Neosho Auditorium with Breakfast with Santa. Another great free event for families to come out, and we get lots of sponsors, lots of businesses. Walmart provides all the food that we cook. We have volunteers that cook pancakes and sausage, and so you can bring the family, have breakfast, get to see Santa. We have someone there that is taking pictures that we'll share later on our Facebook page, so you can get the kids' picture with Santa and lots of activities. So we do that from 8 to 11 at the Neosho Auditorium. And then there's lots of events that day this year to keep people in Neosho. New Caps is having an arts and crafts fair at the Neosho cafeteria, the high school cafeteria. We were out at Old Cedar Mill on Friday for coffee, and they are doing an event on the 7th, an all-day holiday event from like 9 to 4. So there's lots of opportunities to just spend the day in Neosho that day, and then get ready for the highlight of the Christmas season I always love is the Christmas parade at 5 p.m. The traditional Christmas route, and the theme this year is Holly Jolly Movie Magic. So we know we're going to see lots of great floats and people participating. There's usually 8 to 10,000 people in downtown Neosho for that event. So it's one of our bigger events downtown.
Yeah, I hope people will come out. KNEO is going to try to do a live stream again this year
Yes.
and let people watch from home. But we do encourage people, especially if you've got kids in your family, bring those kids out. So there's a full day of activities there on December the 7th leading up to that Christmas parade. So something fun going to be going on all day. And I know the Chamber puts a lot of work into that parade. You're already taking submissions, aren't you, if people want to have a float?
Yeah, so it is always a huge parade. You can register for it on our website. So the pre-registration, I think, ends about the 18th or so. And then depending on if we are limiting the registration, I had someone say, why would you want to limit the registration? Well, 100 entries is still one of the biggest parades we've ever had. Last year we didn't limit it, and we completely ran out of places to line people up. You get safety issues with that long, and just it being too long for people to wait for the parade to get started, for the parade to end, and all of that. So logistically, we are limiting that to 100 entries. And when I say that is actual entries. Some of those entries have more than one vehicle,
right.
And so it still will be a huge parade. Lots of opportunities. There is a fee involved this year. All of that money raised, I want to encourage you to still participate. All of that money raised will go to our Neosho Area Chamber Foundation and go towards beautification and scholarships. So it'll be all that. We were able to provide $2,500 in scholarships this year to Neosho seniors that graduated through the New Caps and FFA programs, and we want to continue to increase that, and this parade will help us do that and to do more flowers and more beautification in downtown Neosho.
All right. Well, some ways to support your community right there. One of them is just being at the Christmas parade on December 7th. Don't forget lighting in the park December 5th, that same week. We'd love to see you out there as well. And so we've been speaking today with Lauri Lyerla. She heads up the Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce here in town and is always keeping business moving and growing here in Neosho. And so, hey, Lauri, thanks again for joining us.
No problem.